It's been a rough week. I got my hair all figured out, nice new undercut, and had a very unexpected and accidental uppercut to my nose. Let's just say if you enter a blind person's personal space, make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adelena, but I go by Addie. Today I'm filming my first update for That's Expensive, which is a PANtastic Ladies collaboration that was created by Misty. I will have her channel and the PANtastic Ladies group linked down below. The whole purpose was to use our most expensive products that we would usually save for a special occasion. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is my Burt's Bees Tulip Tide lipstick. My goal was to use this up, and I did use it 10 times this month. I used it 3 times as a blush and 7 times as a lipstick. It started developing these little balls, and then it started to badly deteriorate on the side. And the last time I went to put this on my mouth, I literally gagged. It changed fast. Over this month, I broke out in a cyst where I put my blush. This is a product that was a total loss. I waited too long to use it, and that's even more encouragement to continue project panning. So to replace that item this month, because I'm rolling that out and decluttering it, I chose to bring in my Pink Friday perfume. I am at the Drawn Blue line, and my goal initially is to hit the middle blue line. If I fly through that goal, I'll continue to use it up, but it's not something that I remember to wear, so I need to get into the habit of wearing my perfumes, because I went through 3 minis last year, and I had to get rid of another perfume that went off because I hadn't worn it. This is the only actual perfume that I own now, and I don't want to have to declutter it too. This weighed in at 3.8 ounces without the lid, so when I weighed it, I just weighed it with this, and we'll see how far we can get along for next month. The next 5 things that I rolled in were face powders. 2 of them are from my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. The first one is Fawn. I don't know that you'll be able to see the dip that's going on in there. It's slight, but it's there. I used this 11 times last month, and I didn't weigh it when I started this project, but it weighed in at 6 grams. Then I had Java, which was the bronzer shade. This too weighed in at 6 grams, and I used it 11 times. There's an odd dip in the corner, and I'm not sure if that happened from depotting, like if I accidentally loosened up some product. This has a little bit more of a dip going than Fawn did. And Java and Fawn were both to use up, so I know these are going to be like long haul products. It's not something that I'm going to be able to roll out quickly. Then I had Becca Moonstone. This weighed in at 6 grams, but I think it's because I glued washers to the back of the pan because it wasn't magnetic on its own. So that's adding some weight to it. I used this 11 times this month too, and there is a dip starting both on the side and in the middle. And when I first got Moonstone, I wasn't impressed. I didn't understand what all the hype was about. I think it's because I was trying to use it in the summer when I'm darker, and it didn't meld well into my skin. So using it in the wintertime seems to be the way for me. My goal for Moonstone is to just hit pan on it, because I'm thinking come summer I'm going to want to try a darker highlighter. Then I had Rockateur with the goal to finish it up. I've worn most of the embossing off. I only used it 9 times this month. It's got a couple dips rolling in on the corners. This weighed in at 10 grams this month, so we'll see how far we get along for next month. And then I had Party by Tarte. This has quite a few washers glued to it because it didn't want to stick. So it weighed in at 5 grams. I used it 11 times this month. There's a crack on the side and there's a decent dip. There's still embossing around the edges though. The issue that I've been having with this blush is that when I use it on my face, it's so light that it doesn't show up on me hardly at all. So I end up using this as a blending powder between whatever blush, contour, and bronzer I'm using. I can't actually use it as a blush. I used to use Benefit Dandelion to set my under eyes because it was so light. Unfortunately, this is a little too pink for that. Then we have my Natasha Denona Mini Love Palette. I mentioned in my first video that I have a habit of only using my palettes once, and that was for a couple of reasons. One was that I used to only do my makeup like twice a month. The other is I would use the palette when I first got it, but then as I naturally do my makeup, I pick from different palettes. I don't like stick to one palette. So I made the goal of using this 10 times so that I would actually focus on the palette itself and not just pulling colors out of it to fill for another look. So I did use this 6 times this month. Twice was on its own, and 4 times I used it with my PANtastic palette for the year. I enjoy these 3 shades. I enjoy R, True, and Love. R, True, and Love more than You and My. My, when I try to if I try to use it more than just in a concentrated area, I have a hard time blending it on its own. I'm still trying to figure out how to use You, because I was using it with a brush and it was more like a topper, but I found that if I use my finger, it's more of a dual chrome, like it sits better on my eyelids. I have 4 more uses on this before I can roll it out. Lastly, I have my It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In. My goal for this was to use it up. I didn't keep track of how many times I used it this month. I know that I used it at least 3 times a week. When I rolled this in, it was weighing 8 ounces, including packaging. I had to add water to this last month because it has gotten so thick that it didn't want to come out through the sprayer. It's still extremely thick. And even with adding water to it, it's weighing in at 5.6 ounces for this month. So that's it for this month. See you next time. Bye. This is why we can't have nice things. I don't have a video for this one like I did the last one. But my daughter has been on the same medication since she was 2 years old. At some point last year, her insurance company decided that they didn't want her on that medication anymore. They wanted her on the generic. And she was on it for 3 months. And slowly but surely, she started to become more moody. Teenagers are moody. In the beginning, we assumed that it was just her hitting her teen years. Well, 3 months in, she threw a tantrum over something minor. Now, her dad was getting ready to go to work, and I was outside talking to him, when my kid comes downstairs and says, "Need to flush the potty, Mommy." And my mother-in-law was taking a shower, so I kept telling her, "No, you can't flush the potty. No, you can't flush the potty." I opened the door to come back in the house, and I can hear water running in my living room. There's no reason that there should be water running in my living room. Got up to go to the bathroom that morning and slammed into the back of my toilet tank. Cracked the whole bottom of this tank. Yeah, she cracked the toilet and didn't know how to tell me. So it not only flooded my bathroom, but it came through the ceiling and flooded my living room. So I immediately called the insurance company, and with this bit of information on top of the information we had already been giving them, we were able to get her back on her normal meds. She was given a special authorization. But yeah, it's a good thing that my husband is handy and was able to fix it himself. There's one seam where you can still tell that it happened, but other than that, we did pretty good.